What's going on, there, friends? My name is Toadette, and welcome back to another episode of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Nintendo Switch. Last time, we finished off the rest of the special episodes, or the special levels in the special episode, and now here we are. I'm actually going back to every single level of the game, and we are going to complete the secret objectives. So, I'm actually doing this level solo. Danielle's not here with me, nor is she playing this game with me at the moment. And that's because, I decided to kind of save her sanity and decide to kind of do this all on my own. And then she will be back in the next episode when we come back. And we're going to finish off the rest of the levels in the game. There are actually some levels in the bonus episode that are only unlocked whenever you complete all the secret objectives within episodes 1, 2, and 3. And then there is another level that is unlocked when you complete every single secret objective, as well as get all the gems in the bonus episode, except for completing all the secret objectives in the special episode. I will not be showing off the secret objectives in the special episode, as it would be kind of mean for the game to have us require us to, pay a DLC just to 100%, just show off every single level of the game. It'd be kind of messed up. So you're only going to be seeing the levels of episodes 1, 2, and 3, as well as the bonus episode. So as you can see, this is being fast forward. Because, since we've already shown off the levels one time, I figured we may as well just go straight to how to complete every secret objective. We don't have to get the gems at all, as we already collected all the gems. So this is how you go through and find all the secret objectives. The secret objectives involve trying to get, like, for this level for an example, you have to get past this level without any of the Shy Guys seeing you. There are some where you have to not defeat any enemies, some where you have to not take damage, find a 1-up, find a gold mushroom, collect a certain amount of coins. And these objectives are not immediately obvious when you're doing these levels for the first time, which is why Danielle and I haven't focused on getting these secret objectives. Now, when I went back and recorded these objectives, a lot of it was done completely blind. There were a few where I had to look up, but there was only very few where I had to basically look up where a gold shroom is, because I spent maybe 30 minutes in a single level trying to look for a gold shroom. But I only did that maybe 2 times, and that's it. Everything else I have tried to figure out on my own. So yeah, we've only completed very few secret objectives when we were going through this for the first time, and that's because we just happened to complete them without really knowing what they were. Because like I said, these objectives, they don't tell you right away until you actually complete the level. So, in fact, there are actually some secret objectives where you have to do the secret objective on your own without collecting the gems. Kind of unfortunate how 100% the game kind of is like that. So, also, you might notice that I sound different, and that's because this is actually the first video where I'm actually using a new microphone. Hopefully this microphone is better quality. It's not too much higher quality when I did a few testings of it, but it is a bit of a higher quality mic compared to the mic that I have used for years. So I'm really excited to be using this mic for the first time in an LP video. There's going to be a few more LPs where I haven't quite upgraded my mic yet, as there's about maybe a couple projects that I am in the process of recording in advance. Those are going to be exciting when I start releasing those projects, in my opinion. Some of them are big and whatnot. Alright, for this level right here, you have to find a gold shroom. Yeah, as you can see, some of these levels I'm actually, like, redoing, like, the entirety of them. And it's because, you know, I just want to show you guys how to actually do these levels while doing the objectives. And there's some of them that are, like, just as straightforward as, like, finding a gold shroom, and I just show off where the gold shroom is. Like, for an example right here, this one is find a 1-up mushroom. And there's a 1-up mushroom right over here where you find that blue toad. And then that's basically it. And then I'm sure if you've been watching the playthrough, then you should know how to beat the level from here. At least for those who are following along, that is. Yeah, so we did focus on these secret objectives right, like, immediately. It wasn't until later that I found out that, or at least we found out the hard way, that some of the bonus episodes are unlocked by doing these. I knew at some point that these were going to matter later, but I just wasn't sure when. And surely enough, this is the when. And yeah. So this is going to be in 2 parts. After editing through all of these episodes, this took a total of 6 hours. When I was going through all of these. Like, it took me an hour to get everything done in episodes 1 and 2, and then 2 hours for 3 and the bonus episodes, as some of the secret objectives in episode 3 and the bonus episodes, they are really hard. But for the sake of time, you're only going to be seeing, like, the completed attempt. Even though it probably would be more fun to see, it would be more interesting seeing the fails as well. But I didn't record any live commentary when doing these, so you wouldn't even get to hear my reactions. But anyway. But I was kind of frustrated with some of the ones that were really tough. So in a way, it's fortunate that you don't get to hear my frustration, because in my opinion, I feel like it's not fun watching hearing someone get frustrated. So this one right here, you have to defeat all the little piranha guys. They're called piranha creepers. And then this one right here, you have to defeat all these little guys right here. You have to use a charging chuck in order to defeat these guys. You cannot just stare at them. Like, staring at them does, like, let them respawn back to their spawn point, but it does not defeat them, as they'll keep coming back. So you do have to use a charging chuck to defeat them. And then this one right here, you have to defeat all the Goombas. It's much easier to defeat them with the Goomba, or with the pickaxe. But I fell down while trying to get all the Goombas, so I have to do it the tedious way, and that is to just fall down from that little bridge right there in order to defeat those Goombas. And then since the goal is right there, I decided to show myself beating the level. And then let's see what this level is. Okay, so this level right here, it is basically don't take damage. So you're just going to be seeing me do the entire level, in case some people don't happen to not know how to do this level without taking damage. And yeah, so it's much easier to defeat the Hammer Bros. And then later on when we get to the second half of the level, which is right around here, then we get to the part where you have to dodge the homing torpedo Teds. And we have to... Or, no, these are not torpedoes. These are red bullet bills that home in on you. And you have to just dodge them. The pointer is pretty useful when trying to do a level without taking any damage, because then you can just freeze enemies in place, giving you a chance to get through, bypass some tough enemies. So you will be seeing me use the pointer quite a lot. I will say that playing this game for a decent period of time gets kind of straining on my fingers, because I don't have a controller cam when recording these videos, but I constantly change my hand grip while playing this game, as it's easier for me to... I need to be able to access both the running button and the right stick in order to change it to camera while I'm moving. And so in order for me to do it efficiently, I changed my controller grip into like a claw grip. I claw my controller, or I have my finger on the face button to run, and then my thumb on the right stick in order to access both the run and the camera button while I'm moving around. And then if I need to access my pointer while doing all that, then it gets even more straining. Clawing my controller doesn't really strain my fingers too much until I have to access the pointer as well. So it's... yeah. This game is... playing this game for hours is kind of bad for the hands especially if you're using a pro controller, then yeah, it gets pretty straining. As those are some very bulky controllers. Alright, so this one right here, whenever you do levels like these, then the secret objective is usually use the switches the minimal amount of times to beat the level, and they are sometimes tricky to figure out unless you know the level very well. Alright, so this level right here, you have to get a certain amount of coins, and let me say, for these kinds of levels, finding the gold shroom, or at least figuring out a way to get the gold shroom, makes these coin objectives, like, almost mandatory, as the gold shroom is 50 coins, and as you can see, these levels don't really give you a lot of coins, and so the coin objectives are sometimes hard, depending on the level, of course. Alright, let's see what this one is. I think this one is find the gold shroom. Yeah, it's find the gold shroom. So there's the gold shroom right there, kind of near the end. And then this level right here, you have to do this without taking damage, which the first time Danielle and I did this level, we were almost successful at it, but then both of us ran into some issues. And we didn't quite do it. Otherwise, this level's kind of simple without taking any damage. Just gotta be patient with the bullet bills, use the pointer when needed, and then just go to one end to the other. And then backtrack to where you can get this star right here, and there you go. That's the end of the level right there. Alright, so now we're at the end, the last level of episode 2, where we have to collect a certain amount of coins right here. You're noticing that I cut out the parts where it takes a while for me to get from one coin to the other. And that's so I could just save time within the video. Like I said, I've already shown off what these levels look like, so I'm trying to cut out as many of the redundant parts as possible. Yeah, so defeating enemies is a pretty decent way of collecting coins. If you have a mushroom, if you click a mushroom while you're already big, that's 10 coins right there. So that'll help you get 10 more coins right there, making the coin objectives easier to achieve. Of course, getting mushrooms, like regular mushrooms while you're big, is not like particularly required. None of the coin objectives where you can find a mushroom require you to actually collect mushrooms while you're big in order to complete them. You can very much complete any coin objective without needing the 10 extra coins from a mushroom. It's just that getting the 10 extra coins makes it a little bit easier, so you can skip out on a few coins. So here's another coin objective right here, where we have to get 75 coins. And for some of these levels, the coin objectives basically involve you collecting every single coin. And that's how tight the coin management is in some of these coin challenges. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so this level, I don't really know how to do this like the quote-unquote intended way. So, after trying to figure out what to do in order to succeed in this objective, I basically just freeze the spikes in place, as there's not a very good way of getting past these guys without getting hit. So I freeze these guys so that way they don't throw a spiky ball at me while I am climbing these ladders, because if you use the spike ball to bounce over to the next part, you're going to land on the spikes, which counts as defeating a spike, and you have to end. The objective is to not defeat any spikes at all. This one right here, you have to not take any damage, and the one enemy that makes it possible for you to take damage is this Fire Bro. So freezing this Fire Bro in place while you're going through these beat blocks will make things easier. And then when you get to the part where you can actually defeat this Fire Bro, then you can defeat the Fire Bro if you want, but I decide to just go past him. Alright, this one right here is really easy. This one is don't break any of the blocks, which basically means don't use the pickaxe. So this is a level where you cannot do in one try along with the gems, because the gems require you to use the pickaxe. So you have to do this level on your own, like with the secret objective on its own. So you just basically just fall down as far as you can without using any of the pickaxe, and it's a really easy secret objective. Probably one of the easiest in the game when you don't have to worry about the gems at all. Alright, so this one right here, find the gold shrimp. This one took a while for me to find, as yeah, you have to land on the edge of those logs, and landing on the edge of those logs is not easy sometimes. So we managed to do that, and then this one right here, you have to not break any of the top tiles. And so some of the tiles are fake, some of the tiles you can break, some of them you're safe. Generally, the ones that are breakable are the ones where those little mushroom guys are not walking on. So just follow the path that those guys are walking across, and you'll know which tiles are safe. Okay, once again, this one right here, find the gold shroom. You gotta go through, you have to solve a little puzzle in order to get to the end there, in order to get to that gold shroom, which is basically how you're supposed to do this level anyway, so I didn't really show that off. This part right here, this level right here is tricky. You have to use these switches 8 times. It's a very tricky level. But as soon as I figure it out, you really have to think when trying to do this particular level. It's mainly that one switch that like covers up that one small space that like got to me the most. But as soon as I got past that, it's finally figured it out. That one right there, you have to find you have to get the 1-up, and aiming at the 1-up is sometimes hard to do. So it took me a few tries when I was doing that the first time. Okay, what is this one? Okay, so this one right here, you have to beat the level with all of the clones without losing a single clone. And you have to get all 4 cherries, so you have to have 5 clones when doing this level. So it's much easier to defeat the enemies and then go after the clones. You also want to make sure the clones are with you. Like right there, the reason I didn't just go right away is because that one clone that I left behind could have fallen in poison water, and that would have been kind of bad. Yeah, so you want to use the walls and the edges to ensure that the clones are lined up together, because they get desynced pretty easily. Unfortunately, you don't need to bring all of them like all together as long as you don't lose any of the clones. Also, it's worth noting that some of the levels of the cherries, the secret objectives involve, like, the coin challenges. The clones give you 10 coins for every clone that you keep. Which, in one of the earlier levels in the video, keeping a clone was required in order to actually complete that coin objective.